to my channel. My name is Shaniqua. You like my hat? No? Okay. So anyways, today we're going to talk about how people are having kids and they really don't like their kids. Like they really wish that they never had kids. If they could go back, they probably would undo everything, not have kids, and live their best life. Because some people really be making their children feel like they're a burden when, truth be told, we didn't ask to be here. Okay, you was the one being nasty, trying to get it in and hunch and do all this stuff, and now you end up pregnant, and so then you had a baby, and now it's people that out here cussing their kids out left and right. Like for me personally, my parents cuss me out all the time, and now that I'm a full grown adult, I be trying to tell them like, y'all don't know how to communicate. Y'all out of like, do y'all really like us for real? Like, did y'all really want us? Because the way y'all treat us is not right. And I'm just being honest. So I want to play this clip because it was funny. I found it. I don't know if I was scrolling on Facebook or Instagram or what, but this dude really just said a whole bunch, and it's kind of funny, but he's speaking the truth for real. So hold on. Here y'all go.
Title. You chose to have us. We didn't ask to be here, so therefore you owe it to us. As a matter of fact, when I was in the womb, if I would have known that y'all was gonna be poor, I would never came out. Make me go through the misery and make me go through hell in life because you ain't get your shit together before you decide to have kids. Why would you bring a kid to your miserable world?
So I remember had recently started telling my parents like, I didn't ask to be here, which is the truth. I didn't ask to be here. Why are you treating me like this? Why are you treating me like I'm a burden? Why are you constantly reminding me what I don't have, how everything is your way and the highway? Like my parents specifically, because I can only talk about I can only really talk from my point of view, my experience. So if you didn't have this experience, then kudos to you and just ignore it. But, because I'm not trying to project my reality onto nobody else, but I just want to be real about this because a lot of people go through this and it's really not talked about enough because we feel like, oh, you're talking bad about your parents, they gave birth to you. And I'm just gonna be real. I be asking them, why did you even have me in the first place if y'all was gonna treat me like this? If y'all really didn't want kids, you know what you could have did. Like, why didn't you do that if you didn't really want kids, if you wasn't ready? And like my dad, he's gotten so angry when I've said this because he's like, well, you know what you can do. You know, if you don't want to be here, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, I'm just talking about, and I shouldn't even be asking this because it's the past. I'm a grown woman now, so it's like, okay, we way beyond me being a kid or a baby. But I be wondering, like, if y'all treat y'all kids this poorly, you cussing them out, you dogging them out, you talking to them crazy any kind of way. Don't get me wrong, I'm all for disciplining children. Okay, when children act up, discipline them because that's really the best way to teach them, okay, don't do this anymore, don't act this way, don't do this, don't say that. That's okay. I get that. I understand that we need to be disciplined. Certain children need to be disciplined. But it's a way to discipline your children without them growing up and making them feel worthless or that they're not loved or that their parents really don't care about them, their parents don't really love them. Because let's just be all the way 100. Providing a roof and food does not mean you really taking care of your kids. Like, that's the bare minimum. Literally, it's the bare minimum. But there's more to raising children than just providing a roof, clothes, and food. Okay? You gotta be able to have some emotional intelligence. You gotta be able to talk to your children in a way to where they feel comfortable even coming to you and asking you for advice. You got to be able to listen to their perspective and not automatically calling them dumb and saying that's stupid and you don't know what you're talking about. Like, of course, they're children. So, yeah, they're not going to know everything. They're not going to have all the answers. They're not going to know what you know with your experience because, I mean, come on now. If you're a child, you only have so much to go off of. So I think as parents, like, more people should be willing to listen to what their children are telling them. And I'm speaking from my own perspective because growing up, I did not have that comfort of being able to go to my parents and express how I feel and tell them what's really going on with me, because I was either cut off or told, they didn't want to hear it, they didn't want to talk about it. That's another thing within like the Black community, is a lot of stuff that we be trying to, everything that people want to talk about, they don't want to talk about it. Everything gets, my bad y'all, my phone cut off because my storage got full, so I had to delete some stuff off my phone so I could record this video, because we got to get this out while it's on my mind, otherwise it ain't gonna get done. So yeah, I was back to the Black community and us not wanting to talk about nothing with our parents, like the older generation. Stuff gets swept under the rug. And so when stuff be happening in our lives as children, as teenagers, we don't have nobody to go to because our parents don't want to hear it. And if they do hear, if we do somehow manage to tell them what's going on with us, they kind of like I said, sweep it under the rug, or like, oh, you'll be all right, or they really don't try to understand what you're really going through from, that perspective of being a teenager and figuring out life and really trying to figure out your body and everything, just everything that you're dealing with as a teenager. And, that's the whole reason why, a lot of stuff just go unsaid. So many quote unquote family secrets that just go on and continue on for years, and then we grow up and then we have all these issues as an adult, and we don't understand what's going on with us. A lot of us don't. If you're unaware, you don't know what's really going on with you and why you act the way you act. You just think, oh, that's just how I am, versus somebody like me that's becoming more and more aware each and every day. It's like, okay, something's off. Something is wrong with me. Why am I acting like this? Why am I so irritated, so mean, so nasty? Like, this doesn't feel like me. This don't feel right. I don't like it. It makes me feel a certain way. And you just start to like reflect as you get older why certain people don't want to be around, why certain people don't want to be around you. So yeah, I think it's important that parents start talking to their children and actually listening, actually hearing to understand, and not just listening so they can respond. Because there is a difference. There's a difference between listening to respond and listening to actually understand where that person is coming from. Because if you just listening to respond, you really not hearing what they're saying. You just probably nitpicking certain words that they say, and then you cut them off, and then you say what you got to say without them actually finishing their thought. And listening to understand is actually, where you actually listen, you let them finish, and then maybe you ask up a follow-up question like, okay, well, why did you feel that way? Or why did this happen? Why do you think that happened? Certain stuff will let you know that somebody's actually paying attention to you and actually care about what you're saying. And so I just know personally, I never had that growing up at all. I just had this conversation with my dad, yesterday or the day before, that he's terrible at listening. He doesn't know how to listen whatsoever. I've never been able to talk to him. None of us, actually, me or my brothers, have ever been able to talk to him, because everything we say is dumb. Everything, it don't make no sense, and we don't know as much as him, and and I'm just like, well, duh, we don't know as much as you because we're younger than you. We haven't had the same experience as you. So, of course, what we're saying is not going to necessarily make sense because we haven't gotten to that point in our lives to where we can understand why what we're doing was dumb, or why what we were saying didn't make sense. But that's where you come in as a parent and try to show us, like, okay, this is why that doesn't go together. That doesn't coordinate together. Like, this is where you come in as a parent and actually teach your child how to have values, morals and values and common sense. Like, I don't know, maybe I'm overthinking it. But I don't think I am, because it's the same thing. Like, me and my dad have never had a good relationship growing up at all, and it's because he simply won't listen. It's his way or no way. And I just, I get it that when you living in you living with somebody and they taking care of you, I get it. Like, what they say go, but at the same time, they should be able to at least be able to talk to you and voice their opinion. And living with my parents, I did not have an opinion. I couldn't have a thought. I couldn't even have, and that's another thing. It's like, when somebody don't want to listen to you, they really don't care about your feelings. They don't have no consideration for how you feel about anything. They don't care. They don't want to hear it. They don't care. And yeah, so I really think it's important for people to start paying more attention to their children. That's why so many of the younger generation, they is out of control. Nobody's listening to them. Nobody is watching them and actually caring about what they're going through, what they experiencing in life. That's why so much trauma is passed down, because nobody wants to talk about anything that went on with them and what happened to them, because they fear of what somebody else may say or what other people may think if it gets out in the family. And I don't think that's right. And that's what I'm really kind of trying to build for myself. It's just a platform of speaking out, because for so long I've been so quiet. I guess I just need to invest in a bigger storage, something. I need to get something so I could take all the videos and pictures and stuff off my camera. And goodness, so I think I'm gonna end it right there. I might do a part 2 to this, because it's really deep. Like, I could go a lot deeper on this. But yeah, thank you for watching. Y'all have a blessed day.